Hey folks, let's do today's CSS battle. All right. How do we do this? What are the pieces? What are the parts? What are our options? I feel kind of inclined not to use any elements today. So let's see what that looks like. We do this, and maybe we do the ampersand symbol, right? We put a background on that, and we put the yellow on it, right? And then inside that, whatever's inside there, in this case that's going to be the body, we're going to do a background of the green. How far do we get with that? What can we do with that? So if we set margins on the outside, 10, 5, 6, and then what? More margins, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 70, 72, 0, minus 10, minus 6, 7, 8. Then what we need to then do is this shape here, right? This is an option. So let's do this background. So is there a shape we can do that's going to work? Is the question. I'm concerned about using a conic gradient with this. It makes me inclined to do a linear gradient with a certain height. So linear, let's say linear gradient that comes in from 90-degree angle, and then it's going to be transparent, and then green. So that's what that looks like, right? And it's in the upper corner, and it's got a certain width, we'll say 100 pixels, and it's got a certain height, we'll say 100 pixels. Those are not the right numbers, and we'll say no repeat. And then we're going to put a contrasting color so that we know exactly what we've done. And actually, I'll keep that black for now, and I'm going to put yellow in here. So now I'm going to try to get this right. All right, so the height is wrong. 200 is correct, and then the width is wrong. 2, 10, 20, okay, and then 10%, 0. How about 9%? All right, and then we let it repeat on the x-axis, and that's a bunch of it. So that gets us part of it. So what next? What's the next part? How about over top of that, a conic gradient that also has a height and width, but it's going to start down here. So we're going to describe this. That's going to be to get this sizing. So what's the way to do that? I think that we want it to be green, and because of the way I've done it, so if I put black in the I'm having trouble communicating exactly what I'm doing here, but you'll have to trust me. It's going to be yellow, green all on the bottom, and then transparent on the top. So I need to cover this space. So we're going to do the yellow. We know that's at 25%. We're going to do green, because that's going to be contrasting. And then I'm going to do black for the final quarter of it. So 0, 75%, and 0. And then I want it to be down. I want to start at 0 on the x-axis. It's going to be down. I'll do 100 pixels. And it's going to need a height and width we'll do 50 pixels, 50 pixels, 50 pixels, 50 pixels, and no repeat. And I'm going to put that where I want it. So I need to go down 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's the height. What I was thinking of was the position 20, 30, 40, 50, 50. No, 60, 100, 140, 150, 155, and then over. No, 0 is correct. We just need it to be wider. So how about 100 pixels? Not wide enough. 30, 140. Okay, and then a little taller. 2, 1, 120, 125, 130. Okay, so that's conceptually I'm where I want to be, but I need an at most of the way over, so 70%, and then a little bit of the way down, 30%. We'll see if we can use percentages there, comma. All right, that's what we got. We're not low enough. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 35. Not liking percent there. How about 30Q? How about 40Q, 50Q, 48Q, 49, 47, 46, 47. I don't like any of those numbers. How about 40 pixels? 2, 3, 4, 5. 45 pixels looks right. And then the over needs to be, we might be right there, but we need to make this transparent. And we need to let this repeat. We need to repeat it only on the x-axis. Okay. So that's the shape. Well, we've got some numbers wrong. So this 70% is no good. Do 100 pixels. Even 100 pixels, and that's getting it done. Let's submit and see if we're at 100%. So complicated. You know, I'm experimenting with the don't create a paragraph element, but I still had to do, you know, several different things. You could also do a paragraph element and a clip path, and then and that's a 99.8% match. So we're not at full. I think because of the height, I think we got a little bit of an edge here. So this margin is wrong. How about 10? How about that? Submit. Do I need to set a height on the body? Or is all this no good? This has me thinking that I'm barking up the wrong tree. So let's, rather than mess around, we're just gonna go, okay, put this on the body, fine. Let's not nest, fine. Paragraph, background, we need a height, 200. And now we're seeing it. Let's set our margins differently. 6 and 72. So more margin. We've got backgrounds, background, background. And then I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to short circuit all of that code that I just wrote so that I can get the margins right, because that's more important in this case. 2, 3, 4. Great. And then let's narrow in 75, 76, 77, 78, 80. And then the height needs to be, what is it, 280 something? 290. All right, now when I remove that short circuiting, we should be able to use the same styles that we just had and then resubmit. And is this at 100%? I don't know. We're going to find out right now. Still, that's a 99.8%. Why? Could this 20? Let's do that in pixels rather than percentages, and maybe that's the problem. 99.8%. What is the problem? It does feel like it's dancing around a little bit. 290, so is this 284? So if this margin on the top, let's do a margin 0. And make this height 280. And I think it should be 6. Let's resubmit. I'm not sure what we got going on here, but we got some trouble. Clearly we got trouble because we're at 99.8%. And I don't know why. So what did we do? Is there something we can do to address this? There may not be. Sometimes what we're given is just not quite right. All right, so problematic. Okay, so let's new approach, start fresh. We're going to do a margin of 0. And let's do, from first principles, we'll do border solid is yellow. And we're going to do border width with 40, what is it, 10, 14 we decided? Is that correct? 14, 50, 0. 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, so what do we need next? Solid, 40, 0, 80, and that's the same. And if I do a height of 300, is that going to behave? Or do I do margin 0 on the body and put all of that on the paragraph tag? Maybe. Okay. So now let's do linear background. Let's do a background on the paragraph tag. Or even, okay. So we've got the paragraph tag, which is doing all these borders right now. And let's do a background of a linear gradient, transparent, 50%, and then green. So that's what we get with that. So now let's use whatever numbers we need here. We use pixels. 200 pixels. Okay, so we just keep narrowing in. All right, so let's do a linear gradient again. From 90 degrees, yellow, and transparent, and then yellow again. We're just gonna do each step completely separate. 10 pixels, 0. So we want that number to be precise. 20, 0. How about 200 pixels? 0. Too far, 18, 200, 210, 20. All right. All right. And then how about a linear gradient with green at the top? This is where we're just treating every step as like we're dealing with really dumb code. That way we do not make any mistakes. And then if we don't get 100%, then we don't get 100% because of some background issue. We are matching this that I can see. Can't help but. Is there a flicker there? I can't tell. Very hard to see. 2, 1, 40, 50, 155. Okay, and then another linear gradient, I guess. From 90 degrees, and it's going to be green. And then yellow. And then green. So that's that. Okay, how about 280 pixels? Or 180 pixels maybe? 0. 150 pixels. 100 pixels. 0. 130 pixels. 0. 120. 30. 40. All right, let's submit that. Okay, so that's 100% match. Now, I'm not sure that we've got anything different. Like, effectively, we've got all the same stuff here. But clearly, some aspect of the original submission was not getting us to 100%, so got to take a different approach. Don't like that. Not my happiest one, but so this would be one that I would troubleshoot and do more conic gradients, or what else can I do to optimize. Bringing in the positioning and then using different units, it ends up being slightly less reliable, is from what I've experienced, but doing pixels, each one at a time, making sure I'm not seeing any edges or lines, it's the only way to, sometimes it's the only way to assure 100% match. There are times, though, where there's little ghosts of a line that are okay and accepted by the back end of CSS Battle.dev. But in this case, it's fine. All right. So resubmit, and we're all done. I hope you're having a great day. Make something with HTML and CSS today. It's super fun to make stuff on the web. I certainly enjoy doing it, and I hope you do too. Have a great day. Bye.